cake, and I can promise you that is not a rabbit hole you want to go down. So I'll save you the trouble, don't bother. Let me see what I've got here. It's a real privilege for me to be here tonight. I don't spend a lot of time in this country, and it's always a very special happiness that I get from being here. The people that I have the privilege to call my friends here are,
what are we?
I have it written down. The kind of friends that you can only make over a long period of time, and Emily is no exception. And I was thinking today about that kind of the nostalgic happiness that I get from being back in Brisbane and being around these people that I love. And there are a few memories. I think this is the thing about nostalgia, right? Like you sort of have these crisp like moments of happiness in your mind where you see yourself becoming who you are. And I was trying to think of some of the moments in my life to really capture that, and Emily's involved in all of them. But there are two that come to mind. Maybe not quite so happy. As Claire mentioned, Emily and I met in primary school, and our blossoming friendship was cut short by being split apart in high school. It may have revived itself a little earlier, in that we had brief interchanges with each other. We actually met once. We caught the same train to school together, but Emily would sit with what I, at the time, viewed to be the cool kids, but upon reflection, it may not have been, it may not have been us.
So you were right.
But, you know, we would sometimes meet on the station, and one morning we met, and we were having this great chat, and I was, 14, 15, I was kind of afraid of girls still, and I thought, this is great, I have like a female friend, this is awesome. And the train pulls up. I'm sort of getting on the train, I realize Emily is not with me, and I turn around, and she said to me, no, you go, I'm going to wait for the next train for some reason. And I'm really glad that at that moment the train doors just closed shut, otherwise Emily would have seen my little heart break. But fast forward 10 or 11 years later, and I'm in New York. I'm 24 years old. I'm probably the loneliest man in the city, and I'm eating cookies that Emily baked and cryovac and sent in a package, illegally, mind you, for me to, I don't know why, just because, which is something that Emily does. She does things just because. And I think of the moments in time between that crushing defeat, or two crushing defeats, really, when I think about it, but one is just funny, one is bittersweet. And I see that we've really, as friends, taken shape around each other in a way that you just can't replicate. It's something that only time can give you. It's a very special friendship. And I want to thank you, Emily, for letting me be here tonight to have another of these moments that I'm sure I'll look back on and see, think upon with great happiness. I'm really happy to see you married to someone like Rob. I'm going to lean a little more heavily on my notes because these adjectives, I spent a lot of time thinking about the best adjectives to describe Rob. This is what I've come up with. Rob is a very kind man. He's admirably conscientious in a way that I don't see replicated in many humans. He's incredibly thoughtful, decent to his core. And I consider myself very grateful, Rob, that I count you as one of my friends as well. So thank you very much. You guys might know this, but Emily is something of an academic herself. She once said to me, I consider myself an intellectual, except for history, which is something of an R. Kelly's heel. As tribute to that, Emily, I thought I'd finish with a quote from probably your favorite philosopher, one Caitlin Perry. She said something like, "You think I'm pretty without any makeup on?" But come to think of it, I don't think that really sounds right, the way I'm saying it. Maybe Claire can help me out.
Oh, hang on.
Hang on a second.
Maybe. This is yours. It's someone else.
Bear with us, okay? 2, 3, 4. You think I'm pretty without any makeup on. You think I'm funny, though I tell the punchline wrong. You kinda get me, so I let my walls come down, down. When you met me, I was alive, kind of heavy. You brought me to life now every February. You be my Valentine, Valentine. Let's go all the way tonight. No regrets, just love. We can dance until we die. You and I will be young forever. You make me feel like I'm living a teenage dream. The way you turn me on, I can't sleep. Just run away and don't ever look back. Don't ever look back. My heart stops when you look at me. Just one touch. Now baby, I believe this is real. So take a chance and don't ever look back. Don't ever look back. We drove to Cali and got drunk on the beach. Got a motel and built a fort out of sheets. I finally found you, my missing puzzle piece. I'm complete, let's go all the way tonight. No regrets, just love. We can dance until we die. You and I will be young forever. You make me feel like I'm living a teenage dream. The way you turn me on, I can't sleep. Let's run away and don't ever look back. Don't ever look back. My heart stops when you look at me. Just one touch, and baby, I believe this is real. So take a chance and don't ever look back. Don't ever look. I'ma get your heart racing in my skin tight jeans. Do your teenage dream tonight. Let you put your hands on me. I'ma skin tight jeans. Do your teenage dream tonight. Tonight, 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 tonight. Yeah. Let's run away and don't ever look back. Don't ever look back. My heart stops when you look at me. Just one touch. Now, baby, I believe this is real. So take a chance and don't ever look back.